better than everything else, or we say number one, we call it the top spot. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call it when we, rate people and say this person's number one, this person's two, three, four, five, six. And we have this ranking or something, or that we deem things as either one better than the other one, the other one better. But we call it the top spot. But let me tell you something about the God spot. The God spot is this place that, let me see here. It's the top spot. You know what I'm saying? It's number one. It's number one. Now, well, what this top spot of God really means, to help you understand God's top spot, it means Genesis 1:1. Wait a minute. Isn't 1 the first number of the numbers? Yes, it's the first number. It's the beginning number. And because it's first, that means it's the top spot. Just like, we say we're number one. I tell teams like to say we're number one and stuff like that. That's my friend Bobcat. He was trying to recognize me. Number one. He says we're number one. We're like, we're number one. We're the number one team and stuff like that. And that's what we chant when a team or any sport team or whatever ranked team, number one. Well, here's the thing about God. God is, let me see if I can say this and help you can understand this. He is number one because Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That's it. That's all you need to know about the number one spot that God is, watch this, is supposed to hold. He's supposed to hold the number one spot. Nobody is not supposed to be taking his spot. He's supposed to be the number one spot, period, point blank, whether you don't believe he exists, atheist, or not. You know what I'm saying? He's that number one, But, of course, you create Satan, deceive Eve, and Eve deceive Adam, and then humanity's in darkness right now, They believe in doing opposite of what the Creator says. And it's too much, and it's so bad these days. People are now believing that a Creator doesn't exist. Atheists, yes, they don't believe a Creator doesn't exist. Human beings been creating all kind of things throughout human history, and now there's no Creator concerning the human beings. That shows you the level of spiritual darkness we are operating in this nowadays. And of course, they, think that nobody exists, so there's no rules, and everything is here that is created was created for nothing, no purpose at all, so we can do what the heck and whatever we want to do, because everything's created for nothing. Certain people think in their spiritual dark mind, because they operate in the carnal mind that Paul says in Romans 8:6 leads to death. Well, because here's the thing. If you don't think something exists for nothing, guess what you're going to end up becoming? Nothing. Yeah, because if you believe something is here for nothing, you'll become nothing. Because you will treat it like it's nothing, and you will find out, that you will become nothing. As what really the ideal of having to be carnal minded is death, because you naturally see things that it's nothing there, and you're going to treat it like it's nothing. And the ideal of death is a person that is having no life. You know what I'm saying? You have no life. So because you treat whatever that you thought was nothing with no life, you become no life. I hope y'all got that, but I don't know if everybody got that. But let's talk about this God spot. Well, it's the top spot, and it's going to always be the top spot. But unfortunately, Satan has got people so much in darkness, of course, the God of this world blind the minds of men concerning their foolish hearts of desiring people and things, and think that these people and things can perform up to God's standards, or God's status, this number one status, how, I see people get in these relationships with people and say, oh, this is my number one girl, or this is my number one boy, or this is my number one woman, and number one man, and they love them like they're number one, they treat them like they're number one, they spend money on them, they spend time with them, and they spend a whole lot, on this number one person that's number one. And they think, and they think in their mind that because I treat them like they're number one, they're going to be number one. Yes, they got this ideal. If I treat a person number one, they're gonna perform number one. Yeah, they're gonna perform, but really they don't realize that they said, well, this person is at God's standard, because really God, like I said, is supposed to be number one in everybody's life, but they wanna treat people, these people, and it could be like friends, it could be family, it could be anybody, anybody. A lot of people like to put, God, and that's what Satan, of course, create this world system, and especially, secular music and secular television of this number one, of this number one spot. And oh my God, people, they treat them, they sacrifice and worship these people and give them everything mainly because their outward appearance. I notice a pattern because the outward appearance of the person looks so terrific. Hey, Keela, what's up? You all right? Good. I'm good. Keela, I seen Keela. I ain't seen my cousin in a long time. Keela. All right. They treat them at that number one spot, and then of course people in darkness find out reality. Oh goodness gracious, that ugly reality that Mac Johnson all about presenting, that the world system is not really going to try to give you this scenario. They find out this flesh on these people's bodies are tempted to do wrong things. Oh goodness gracious, woe is them. And this man, that this woman treat, like, in worship, pretty much praise and worship. Oh, my good looking man, my good looking, sexy, handsome looking guy, he's got money and he treats me right, and da 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 da. And they got him. Comes to find out, he was cheating with more women than she was. She was treating him like number one. I mean, she was treating him like he was number one, and he was treating him like she was like 1,000. I hope y'all got that. Yes, and they get disappointed and they get mad because of a person that is so caught up in their outward appearance and notice that other women like his outward appearance, and the reason why he is with her is because of her outward appearance, and that's no stability of really truly wanting to commit to a true legitimate relationship, because there's sexy, she's fine sexy, there's fine sexy girls everywhere, and why commit to something that there's fine and sexy everywhere? And he goes cheat off with all these people, and now the lady's shocked. Oh, what he did that to me, I treated him like he's number one. I put him on God's top spot. Oh, why he did not perform like God and be faithful to me. Whoa. Be faithful to me and treat me like I'm a queen and treat me like I'm worth something, kind of like the God of the universe that always loved you before you ever even existed. According to Jeremiah 1, he knew you in your mother's womb, and he can count the hairs on your head, and he has a great plan for your life to prosper and fulfill your purpose. And this guy God had all this for him, but she thought that he was going to do that performance. Somebody has been fooled, and unfortunately, there's billions of fools out there, billions upon billions of fools out there, to think that men and women or anything in this earth can get God's top spot. No, they can't. I'm here to tell you, no. Nobody can get God's top spot, especially if they're come from the earth. Because I found out in Genesis 1 and 2 that the earth is without form, void, darkness. Anybody or anything that comes from a substance that is without form, void, darkness, cannot treat someone with the light of, see, the idea of light is a person that will give you energy to make you better. You know what I'm saying? Energy to make you better and make you fulfill your purpose and treat you right. Because I tell people the number one thing, if someone truly loves you, they will try to find purpose, your purpose in life. They will find you something that will fulfill your purpose, that you can perform and do something great. And whatever you're doing, you can help better other people. If someone loves you, they will probably be on that agenda to find purpose in you, and they will encourage you if it's difficult and it's difficult to perform whatever you're trying to perform. They will be there and they will ask for advice or whatever you are aiming towards to try to accomplish in life, because life is about purpose. It's not about so much pleasure of the flesh. Is about a purpose concerning only, not by power, not by might, but by the Spirit, can give you that only God can give you, that he is supposed to be on the top spot. And men and women and things are not. I don't want to even go into things, how people treat their valuables and possessions as their number one, treat their car number one, treat their house number one, treat these things number one. And let me see, they get old, as what, and let me repeat what Jesus says, they will get moth on them. They will, a thief can steal them. It's just too many reasons. I mean, you will think the idea because they're temporal will work. No, it doesn't work when people operate in a poverty mindset, because they think, things are supposed to make them better. You know how the world educate people that things are supposed to make them better and better than ever before? How much that lie that is, because things did not blow breath in your body, but God, that is supposed to be in the top spot, blew breath in your body and made you a living soul and gave you your existence. Is what, hello, how you doing? Is what you supposed to understand, that he's supposed to get the top spot. I mean, unless that item can provide that kind of performance, then better than God, you should not deem it and treat it like it is God. In other words, I'm saying, God and Jesus deserved a number one spot, as what my message of 3H Nation message is talking about. They deserve the number one spot because they are number one, because they were there in the beginning. God was created, the heavens and earth, and God said, let there be light. There goes the light of the world coming out of God's mouth, and he is there. And that's what you need to understand concerning all things. So that's the message. God be the glory, him forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen. God's spot cannot Nobody cannot get on God's spot. Only Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, 100.